What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So before I get into this video, I want to give a shout out to the brother Sean for the donation to the channel via the Cash App. Much respect to him for showing love to Too Raw for TV. Also want to give a shout out to longtime subscriber Gerald Armstrong for the donation to the channel via the Cash App. Leaves a note saying, "Just heard your Dr. Claw impression. Excellent. Thumbs up." Yeah, man. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? I like doing voices. Voices ever since I was a little kid. Tried to get into the voice acting industry, but it's a little bit more difficult than I thought. Still want to try to break into that eventually. But much respect to you for showing love. Also want to give a shout out to the brother Gizmo for the donation via the Cash App. And now I'm not going to forget about talking about that dude. Absolutely. And I want to give a shout out, last but not least, to the brother Gregory Braun for the donation to the channel via the Cash App. And he says, "Thanks for exposing this agenda people are now starting to see." Absolutely, man. You know, that's what we out here for. People kind of probably had like a little idea that, hey man, something's not right. But, you know, if you look at the mainstream media, they'll make it seem like people like us are imagining it. But you can see it. You know, it's clear as day. But I want to talk about something a little different, man. I don't normally talk about football that much on this channel. But while everybody was debating whether Michael Irvin's elbow was offensive or not, there was a real crime being committed by Brett Favre and some of his cohorts, and that was taking millions and millions of dollars that were supposed to go to the neediest families in Mississippi, the poorest children, black or white or Latina, the poorest kids in Mississippi. And they took that money, all these individuals, wealthy, some of them multi-millionaires, instead of spending their money, which they had plenty of, they took government money that was supposed to go, that was supposed to be subsidized to go to the neediest families. And they took this money and spent it on essentially non-essential means. You know, stadiums, investments, money that wasn't theirs. That's the point. The point of it was not theirs. It was also evidence that Brett Favre has taken money from charities and used it for his own personal gains. Even charities are supposed to be donated to kids with cancer. And at one point in time, when we were doing these videos, and shout out to LB because he's the first one to talk about this. When we was first doing these videos, please subscribe to his platform, the sports and political channel of LB. But anyway, we were the first ones to be talking about this, and back in October, our videos were getting a lot of traction. But all of a sudden, this story was scrubbed from the headlines. They scrubbed it. And you know what they did? They did something that they almost always do. They'll replace a story that could hurt someone that they're trying to protect, some people in the upper hierarchy of the media, and they'll throw someone else to the wolves. You know who that person wound up being? If you think about it, think about it. It wound up being none other than the Boston Celtics head coach. That was supposed to be an in-house story, but somehow, some way, that story was leaked to the media, and it replaced the Brett Favre scandal, and it became the Udoka scandal. And people had so much to say about a man that, yeah, it was wrong that he put his penis in other women, but he did it with their consent. The other woman who actually was married, she never paid the price. She kept her job, right? But Udoka is the one who was let go. Why? Because they made up some false narrative about her being a subordinate, when in reality he had no jurisdiction over her in that organization. She wasn't part of the athletic department. She worked for the Boston Celtics, and she was, I believe, an employee that was in charge of transportation. That's not a lowly ticket person. That's not a person working in the candy sales or cleaning the damn courts. That's the executive position. That was a fake position to put smoke and mirrors over the real reason why his name was put out there. But we can't talk about that type of stuff on YouTube. Now, sorry I went on my rant there. But bad news for Brett Favre. I'll put a link to this article in the pinned comment in the comment section below. Mississippi Supreme Court will not dismiss former NFL quarterback Brett Favre from welfare scheme civil lawsuit. The Mississippi Supreme Court said it will not dismiss former NFL quarterback Brett Favre from a civil lawsuit filed by the state seeking to recoup millions of dollars distributed as part of what the state calls a statewide welfare fraud scheme. It was part of a conspiracy. This should be talked about all over the sports blogosphere, not just in the YouTube streets, as my brother Ticket would put it. The 3-justice panel issued an order denying Favre's appeal on Wednesday. CNN has reached out to Favre's representation for comment. Favre's attorney said the state Supreme Court should allow Favre to be removed from the lawsuit because he received no financial benefit from the transfer of money from the Mississippi Department of Human Services to the Athletic Department of the University of Southern Mississippi, his alma mater. It doesn't make a difference. You knew what you was doing was wrong. Those text messages prove that you knew what you was doing was wrong, and you did benefit. Because why? You spent money that didn't come out of your own damn pockets. You may not have personally have proof that you pocketed that money, but you damn sure spent money knowing that it wasn't yours, and money that you'd have to come and raise from someone else, or money that you had to come out your own pocket with. So why the hell should you be dismissed? And furthermore, why the hell are you even walking free? You should be behind bars right now, or you should have been arrested and maybe bailed out and on trial right now. The fact that you're walking around is a disgrace. A disgrace. You got people right now who are behind on their child support payments by maybe 1 or 2, and the law is looking for them because they haven't been able to go to work, because the judge told them they can't drive, because they might have a suspended license. But because they can't drive, they can't get to work, and they fall further and further behind. And the suspended license may not even be entirely their fault. But those are some of the loopholes in the laws that affect a lot of men. We don't have safeguards like certain protected groups or protected millionaires. I have no empathy for Brett Favre in this situation. He knew what he was doing. You know, but people are not going to show the same energy for this guy. He's a bum. You know what I'm saying? He's a thief. The evidence proves that he knew what he was doing, and he should be behind bars. But because he's such a folk hero, he's such a sports hero to so many people, they don't want to see him in anything other than Brett Favre. You know, they don't want to see him as anything other than a football star. But you got to understand something. Even though the crimes are totally different, one's blue collar, one was a criminal, horrible crime of passion, apparently, allegedly. Either that or a drug deal gone bad. Many people who cheer for OJ see the same thing. They see the Heisman Trophy winner. They see the Buffalo Bills star. They even see the budding comedy star from the Naked Gun films. They don't see what he could possibly be. They don't want to see the dark side. And I think that's possibly what's going on with some of the NFL fans. They don't want to see Brett Favre for what he could possibly be. But anyway, I'm going to stay on his ass. I'm not going to let this thing go away. I'm going to keep reporting on it. And because a lot of times what happens is these stories just fade away. Like whatever happened to Chad, what's the guy named Chad Wheeler? What happened to that? What happened? It's like he disappeared from the face of the earth. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.